Last week I got the opportunity of driving the latest BMW M6, and what a tell-happy car that was. But today we get the chance of actually going old school and proudly South African in the form of the 333 BMW.
The engineering philosophy that shaped the 333i has more in common with that of the American muscle car era of the 1960s and 70s than the sophistication of today's M division. It basically boiled down to shoehorning the big 6-cylinder lump from the 733i into the engine compartment of a two-door 3 Series. Okay, so it wasn't quite as crude as that. Famed BMW tuners Alpina provided the wide 20-spoke alloy wheels as well as the upgraded brakes behind them. Inside, the steering wheel, gear knob and auxiliary meters in the air vent are all bespoke Alpina items, ensuring that you never forget that this is no ordinary E30.
This car was iconic because it was made for racing.
Right.
And those years, like you would know, there was an amount of cars that need to be in production for it to be
racing.
And this was made for Group 1. And it was only 85, 86 and 87 that they made them. And the racing stopped, and then the manufacturing of the car stopped as well. Only 204 was ever made.
Now let me ask you this. I mean, this is your baby, this is your passion, and you seem like a guy who enjoys his toys. Do you ever get it sideways just for the sake of it?
Not on this show, no. Performing wise, it's still doing good. It was 197 brake horsepower.
Yes.
Which is remarkable for older girl,
And the brakes are still working wonders. Everything is still 100%.
Well, I'm praying the whole time. You don't know it, but I think the brakes are still good, So.
Considering that it's an 80s model,
Yeah.
it still handles like a real beast on the racetrack, and it's engaging. That's a nice aspect about it.
I like the fact that it's still it feels like a racing car because there's no comfort and luxury, and you feel every little bump, and you can feel the corners on the car itself.
Eddie, thank you very much for the experience and sharing your passion as well as your box-shaped 333 iconic little machine. I must say, I always wanted to own one of these. My dad pretty much put pay to that, and so I guess this is the closest I'll get to be experiencing this little beast.
I do have a connection for you if you want one.
Oh my goodness me.
I think your dad knows you now. He knows that you can drive, so.
Obviously, with a car this rare, we were careful not to overextend it. But BMW's claimed performance figures give some indication of the 333's abilities. And with less than 100,000 kilometers on the clock, we were assured that most of those horses were still intact.